Today's episode is brought to you by Doppio Espresso for when you need caffeine but not a lot of liquid. Let's get started. It is 4:12 p.m. I'm in Tennessee, which is for some reason the longest state of all time. I'm going to be in it most of the night until I get to Little Rock. That's my goal. Been driving for about 6 hours from North Carolina, and it reminded me when I was like pulling away from my apartment and I had left and it was becoming real that I decided to make this move about 3 years ago. So it was just a little delayed. And I'm glad I'm fulfilling this, mission, this goal, this prophecy to myself, because back then I said, once upon a time I'd moved across the country to a city with the woman I was with for someone else, and it was a fine move, like it made sense, but it wasn't for me, right? And it has nothing to do with the person, but in the back of my head I was like, man, the circumstances of this was not really fully my decision. So I always said, all right, if I'm gonna move somewhere really far away next time, it's gonna be my decision. And so end of 2018 I said, I was doing a job out in Santa Monica, working for, I think it was a BevNet show, filming. And I said, man, I'd really like to live here. Love LA, love the beach, want to surf. So as soon as I can, I'm going to move to LA. And at that time, financially, I was not ready to move anywhere. I was really lucky to have the chance to be in North Carolina earning money and not spending a bunch of money. And then, I did have like another opportunity to move for somebody else. But again, in the back of my head, I just said, if you're going to move to Los Angeles, if you're going to move to Southern California, like you said, you got to do it for yourself. It's got to be for your own reasons. And for me, it was, now that I'm doing it, it's business. Obviously, I can afford to move now. And it's expansion of my dream, which is to build my agency to be a over $100 million agency in the next 10 years. Maybe it'll be 5 years, who knows? And, sell the company and do something else. So I'm putting that on wax right now. Like, that's my goal, like a big goal for the agency. And I can't do that where I was currently living in North Carolina just because, talent pool wasn't there. And of course you could say, well, Dave, if you say you can't, then you can't. That's partially true. If you have the mindset that you're not going to be able to, there's a lot of logistical reasons why that's just not really a feasible thing to do in a remote city. There's just not a lot of people there. So having the talent pool I'm about to have in Southern California is going to be great. But, I'm surrounded by all my stuff, and it was stressing me out because I was trying to get rid of my bed frame, which I got rid of this morning, and my buddy Woe and my friend Anna, they took a bunch of my stuff, which I'm super grateful for, and bought some of my things. Josh bought the couch. I appreciate you for buying that. I was just trying to get rid of it. Glad I went to a good home, right? I hate to just throw things away, but it's reminding me I gotta have less stuff as I move along in life. I just need less things, right? Don't need all these things. I want experiences and fun, and this road trip, it's already been pretty fun, and I'm capturing it along the way so I can have a cool vlog when I make it to California. But back to my point, I wanted to do this for me. It was really important that I made this move on my own terms, not for anyone else, not for any other situation. And so now that I'm doing that, I'm going into this new place in my life, in a really good headspace, and not only personally, but business-wise, knowing that I'm making this decision, like I'm betting the farm, if you will, once again. It's a good move. It's just a good move for me. Like, everything makes sense financially, business-wise, like I've been saying over and over, it makes sense. But it takes a lot. Like, I've been really feeling a lot of things today about just all the past 3 years, just catching up. Like, so much happened in the last 3 years. I did so much work on myself to get out of my financial hole. I did so much work on myself personally. And, career-wise, I've learned a bunch of new skills, tons of networking. I feel like I got more confident, more outgoing, more extroverted. This is probably the most extroverted I get is when I do these videos. Or I've had a couple beers. But needless to say, I've done a lot of work, and I got to the level 10 I could get to in Winston-Salem, and now I'm about to start at level 0 in Southern California. And that's what it means with leveling up. You have to get to these new levels and do things that are uncomfortable. It's not comfortable for me to drive 36, 38 hours from North Carolina to California. That's not comfortable. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to have a positive attitude. I'm having fun. I'm getting to do what I want to do. There's nothing better than that. So I don't have any complaints. My back is a little sore. That's just reality. So I got to, get outside, stretch, stop, take a piss, keep drinking water, do all those things. But, it's just a chance, like, being in the car for this long to reflect and think about all the stuff that's happened. And I wanted to make the point with this video to say, if you're thinking about doing something and somebody else is influencing you, or, there's a shortcut, it can happen sooner, I would just say to you, like, make sure you do it on your own terms. It's really important to do that. Timing is everything, right? People are going to come and go. Like I said before, like, you don't have to cut people off, but just allow them to come into your life and leave. And if they're meant to be, they'll come back. And, that's kind of what's happening with, again, this move to the West Coast. All these people, I have a huge network out there. I went to school out there. I lived out there for almost 8 years, if you include, going to college. And I'm excited to reconnect with all of them and build my network. Again, another advantage of business on the West Coast. Already have a network, just got to tap back in. But do things on your own terms. It's important, because then if, the circumstances change and those people come back in your life and those business partners come back, or those opportunities come back again, I'm already seeing it with people I used to work with at Xilinx. Now they're sending me, new referrals, and, like, it's awesome. It's 7 years later, right? It all comes back around. Like, you just don't have to force it. And I'm glad I didn't force it when I had a chance to move, or, maybe could have, like, forced a way to move. I'm doing it for the right reasons. And I'm going to have sun. I'm so excited to have sunny weather every day. And I'm just grateful. Again, I guess this is like becoming the grateful, the daily gratitude vlog. I mean, that's not a bad direction. We can go in that direction. I'm grateful every day, right? Because I woke up. Automatically, I'm grateful. But do things on your own terms. Whatever it takes. It might take a little longer. Like, this was delayed. And I had told people, I said, hey, I'm moving next year. That became 2 years. But now 3 years, actually doing it. I'm into the drive. In it to win it, baby. I'm losing light. But I parked by this Starbucks because I needed internet to upload this thing, because I'm on the road, and how else was I going to do that? So I'm going to sign off here, stretch a little bit, upload this vlog, and then get back on the road. If you've noticed, if you follow me on Instagram at daveismedia, throw me a question. I'll check them when I'm at my rest stops along the way. Just, want to chat. What are you guys doing? What questions do you have? Can I answer more tech questions or filmmaking or camera questions? I know people always love asking me those, so I'm always happy to answer them. And until tomorrow, we'll see what state I'm making this video from. Today it's Tennessee. Tomorrow, who knows? I'll see you then. Peace.